Hello, I am Gina Vance. Welcome to SMGI, Somatic Mindful Guided Imagery, a substance-free medicine. Now, why would I say that? You see, in 1950s up till mid-60s, it was a peak period for psychedelic research. Scientists conducted various studies on the effects of psychedelics on our consciousness, perception, and mental health. Notable figures like Cary, Aldous Huxley, and Steve Jobs shared their experiences. Grant said it gave him profound insight and personal growth. And Huxley very famously advocated for responsible use of these psychedelic drugs to expand our consciousness. And Steve Jobs credited his creativity and innovative thinking to these substances. However, in the decades that followed, these researchers stopped because of society's concerns and government's crackdown on these drugs. In recent years, these researchers have come back again. And here in Australia last year, psychedelic-assisted therapy was authorized, specifically the psilocybin MDMA-assisted therapy for PTSD, and drug-resistant depression was authorized. That is a recent research. But a decade ago, when the world was saying PTSD is not curable, Gina Vance was using her SMGI to treat PTSD. What if it is possible to get profound insight and personal growth, which Grant was after, without these psychedelic drugs? What if we can expand our consciousness, which Huxley was after, without these psychedelic substances? And what if we can increase our creativity and innovative thinking, which Steve Jobs was after, without these psychedelic drugs? Welcome to the world of SMGI. Let's meet Gina Vance, the creator, and understand what is this medicine. And please stay with me till the end of the episode, where Gina guides us through a beautiful mindfulness meditation to connect with our inner wisdom. Stay with me. Hello, Gina.
Hello, Raji.
As always, it brings such a joy to connect with you.
Thank you so much. And you?
Yeah, thank you. And it's such a wonderful thing we're doing, isn't it? Bringing this SMGI to the world. To me, it's as if we are giving a medicine, a much needed medicine for the world at this point. In the journey, how this whole world is evolving, human being is evolving, and new problems are coming through. And all of us are grappling for one therapy or the other. Oh, somehow fix me. And then this medicine comes where it's so simple, yet so potently powerful. It was a wow for me when I did it first. So I really want to bring it to the world. So Gina, please tell us, what is this SMGI?
Yes, Somatic Mindful Guided Imagery, or we call it SMGI for short. And SMGI is a wonderfully simple way to journey inwards into your inner wisdom, into the power of your subconscious, and to connect to resources that help you feel strong and supported, protected, loved, so that you can then clear away anything that's cluttering up your mind-body system. That includes old energies, emotions, innocent misperceptions, self-limiting beliefs, other people's energies, vows, oaths, promises that we may have made in different events or experiences of our life, that is now kind of running in the background as our operating system, just automatically making decisions for us. as smart as we can bring ourselves to be, as much as we can learn, there's nothing that is more powerful than our inner self that includes our subconscious.
That brings me to a question there, Gina. I'm sorry to interrupt. Because then for the listeners also, it's easier because you said so many things about SMGI. One thing that really struck with me, you used the word inner resources. It's sort of as if I don't have to go to a doctor or I don't have to go elsewhere to find or fix me. But your method is helping me to connect to my inner wisdom. So you're saying all of us have inner wisdom?
Yes, I am. And I'd also like to quote Dolly Parton in a movie she was in with Queen Latifah, where she said, God didn't make plastic surgeons so they'd have nothing to do. So there is a place for physicians and for a time for us to avail ourselves of outer world physicians, certainly. However, yes, any interaction that we have with anyone in the outer world can be exponentially enhanced when we are connected to the resources in our inner world. And those resources show up for us in various ways. Some of the ways they show up in an SMGI journey are beautiful landscapes where we can experience ourselves in. And when we experience ourselves in these beautiful landscapes that organically arise from our own inner lexicon of symbols and metaphors, then our biology actually begins to live that experience. So our nervous system downregulates, our stress hormones and catecholamines reduce, all those feel-good hormones and chemicals start to elevate, and our biology is actually getting a virtual vacation in our inner world in which our mind-body systems can accomplish so much good on our behalf. For some people, their cancer has disappeared, spontaneous remission. Not everyone, but the power that experiencing ourselves in a resourced state is phenomenal and really, truly creates miracles. That's one of the resources that we connect to in SMGI. Other resources include inner figures that are supportive. They could be ancestors. They could be a living person. They could show up in the form of an animal, an angel, a plant, an element of nature. But the wonderful thing about whatever shows up, your subconscious knows why it showed up in that way and how to use it to help you get what you want, whatever you want to grow, change, or diminish. And it's as if spirit packages itself in this particular form that you can be most receptive to so that you can get the most benefit. So we never tell you to imagine a wizard with a purple hat or imagine a blonde-haired, blue-eyed angel, right? We just invite you to invite in an inner ally that is wise, kind, and comforting for you. And then we have tricks to help you be receptive without editing to allow yourself to feel, see, sense, or imagine that. And then whatever comes is really the medicine for you for reasons that we can only barely scratch the surface in understanding. And that's one of the wonderful things with SMGI. A lot of things come that we're not sure why or how that would be helpful, but later the understanding unfolds and develops, and it makes sense at the end of the session, or sometimes a week later, or sometimes a month or a year later.
Yeah, true. But what happens to some people like me when I started this journey? When you say, imagine, my imagination is totally gone because here I am in my mid-50s going through the process of all the engineering things of logical, analytical. You find, oh, this is the problem. Okay, let's run through the sequence, how it came to the problem and what could be the solutions and the best solutions. So pretty much we lost a capacity, or me, capacity of imagination as a child. world was wonderful imagining. Then slowly I'd come into this world. So when I sit with you and say, imagine, nothing comes. Oh my Lord, what do I do? And then the failure part kicks in. So is it something, a practice that we can learn to do, Gina? How would you how would you bring people like us? Because we really need it. That's the difference it made to me. For a left brainer, this boom thing happened. Oh, I can imagine. Oh, is that what the meaning is? But it took a while.
Yeah. Well, a while, as I recall, was a few minutes in our first session together. But there was a while leading up to our meeting.
Yes.
But here's something I've learned is that if you have any worries or stressors, you're already good at imagining, right? So worry and stress usually are what we're imagining some bad thing could happen.
That's true.
Right?
How true. Yeah.
Part of the problem is if we want to take someone from where they are, so let's just say worry. And we want to say, don't worry, imagine something that feels good. That's not helpful, right? So we work with what is and then help you with some very simple tricks about how to connect with yourself through your body by way of your sensations in your body. That's the somatic part.
Yeah. Okay.
And then use the breath very simply without any technology included, just a simple breath. And then moving your attention to the right side of your brain, because that's the access point to the imagination. The belly breath helps to activate the right hemisphere. And sometimes it's just like Sleeping Beauty. It just needs to be kissed awake, right? It's still there. And yeah. And so one of the wonderful things about SMGI is that we don't try to get you to do anything, which always creates resistance along with performance anxiety. So it's very invitational. We're just inviting you to do this experiment, to take that breath, just go to your right brain and allow something, anything that feels good to come to mind. And what do you notice, whether it makes sense or not? And everyone can do this. And once in a while, there's someone that's really like, nothing's there. It's like, okay, and I can feel it come into the room. So what you ask for does come. But many of us, we've shut down those receptor sites, right? Those organs of perceptions, we've closed them because we needed to for various reasons. But when it's safe and appropriate and you have good guidance, then you can, in your own time, at your own rate and pace, gently let them peek open, have a little experience, and inform yourself, oh, that wasn't so bad. Actually, it was kind of nice. Maybe I'll let myself do a little more.
Yeah. And the another thing that you often repeat is somatic mind body. So this medicine is not only to the mind, even though you're taking us on to a good place or imagination to starting point, it is still connected to the body. So it's not only for the body, not only for the mind, but both together, isn't it? That's what we need now, I feel, because sort of most of the things, either it's on the mind, you go and sit with a psychiatrist or a psychotherapy and talk, or on the body side, you do a lot of yoga and other somatic movements and etc. But to bring both together to find an answer, I think that is why your medicine is so powerful. You found a way to put these two together.
The bridge, you're right.
The bridge.
You're brilliant. It is a bridge because talk therapy can be a lifesaver. It can be so valuable, especially if many people are very afraid to move their attention into their body because in truth, that's where all of your pain is stored, your trauma, all the scary, hard stuff, right? So talk therapy can help you approach it from a distance, a safe distance, right? And it helps, it's very oriented in the left brain realm, but the beauty of the left brain is that it acts as a gatekeeper. So when you learn and process things in talk therapy, that gets you ready for your gatekeeper to say, okay, I think you're ready to go down into your body and just see what that might be like. And in yoga, it's very body, which is wonderful. And yet, oftentimes, you can kind of almost manipulate your body into feeling better. So then you don't really have to follow any discomfort down to where it's connected, what it's connected to, and then resolve it from there.
I
But
think
both
we'll
of
talk
those,
about this. Yeah, go on.
well, those are like bookends that are so helpful to support the bridge that SMGI is and being in place. So many people come to SMGI that have done a lot of therapy, a lot of talk therapy, a lot of different kinds of therapy. And some people come to SMGI that are devoted yogis. But when that works really well for them, they tend to really love to keep doing that. Like if all you have is a hammer.
Like me, I want to say, because yoga is the first time I could connect to the body. Otherwise, I'm so afraid to go to the body for various reasons. But what yoga does to me is it connects to the body, but it doesn't go to any specific issues. Definitely, I feel better because the energy moves, but I don't get answers to. So that is the bridge that you brought in. I'm sorry to come in between. You were in a flow, and then I said, no, I have to talk about this yoga as a yoga practitioner. Yeah.
I'm so glad you did. Yes.
Yeah.
And just like in a client session, always interrupt, because this is really your interview show. This is your session. And those things that come up for you are going to come up for your listeners. Yeah. So it's very welcome. And yes, answers do come. But more than that, I would say experiences come. So when you are able to feel resourced, right? So then it kind of develops a courage to delve further. It's like, okay, is there something that needs my attention? And then you can follow the discomfort to what it's connected to. And there you can find out, well, what needs to happen with this? And it's either something that you need to clear away because it no longer serves you, or it's something that you need to get to know what's been trying to help you so that you can become at one with it once again. So you're not in conflict with that part of yourself anymore. You're not fighting yourself.
So Gina, this SMGI process, this medicine seems to be so amazing. Is this something that we need you to guide us all the time, or somebody else who are trained under you? Or is this something that I can practice and do it for myself to some extent to get an answer or get a relief? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, on both. So in order to learn the process, you need to be taught it.
Yeah.
And so you can learn it in a private session as a client with a practitioner in person or over Zoom or over the phone. And you can also take the 6-month training to learn it, all the ins and outs, all the little nuances, but it's not required to use the tools yourself. But my clients teach me what's possible with this work. And once a woman was sent to me to help resolve her trauma because she was athletic her entire life, and she on a bike ride hit a pothole and became a paraplegic. And so, that's devastating in and of itself, but she was so athletic her whole life, and that was no longer available to her. So she came, and for whatever reason, we only had 3 sessions. That's it. So I taught her everything that I could so that she could facilitate herself. And a month later, she sends me a couple of emails. Oh my gosh, I've been using the tools, and this is so amazing. Here's what happened. And then this happened. And then this happened. And so I was so delighted for her and heartened that for her 3 was enough. She got what she needed and she could take it and use it. Now, having said that, I also have many clients that for whatever reason, they don't really do anything on their own between our sessions. And it's okay. They still get their miracles. And so whether we just have 3 sessions once a year, or if we have 30 sessions, whatever, each person knows, their inner guidance knows what's a good fit for them. But yes, as a practitioner, as your guide, we are endeavoring to teach you the tools, and any tricks that we're using with you, we're telling you what we're doing so that you can do it with yourself and with your parts.
So it's a tool that I can use once I learn. I can use it for myself. That SMGI is not something like you're going to depend on a therapist to fix you. It's a tool that I can practice myself to get answers in my life and keep moving. There's no end to it. Is that the way to put it? Is that right?
Yeah, and it brings to mind, the analogy of just imagine the world's best surgeon, and he operates on 2 twin sisters and removes the lump from the right breast on each of the twins, and one twin goes on to flourish and the other doesn't make it. So the difference is the individual human soul, right? So in SMGI, we know that we can't fix anybody, and we're not looking to fix anybody. And more than that, we know that nobody's broken, that they may be wounded, they may be damaged.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with you. You have been managing ingeniously to get yourself this far, because life on this planet is not easy. And I'm inspired every day by the people who have experienced so much difficulty and adversity, and they have kept going.
It makes me feel so good. Yeah. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. We move it. That's it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we can have, our body can get broken, certainly, but our spirits and our souls are phenomenal in what they can create, especially out of adversity, especially. So when we sit with a client, even we're sorry for their suffering and we want to help them move through it as efficiently as possible. But also there's an excitement because, wow, all that you've overcome, yes, you can create whatever you desire. So it is my pleasure to help you do that and to witness the unique way that you're going to do it.
Wow, you're kindling all my desires now. Oh, that's a very positive way of looking at it. It's not about what to fix me, but what do I desire to create? That's beautiful. I look forward to creating more with you, Gina.
Yes, me too, you.
So, Gina, how about this session? We finish with a simple meditation in a way of connecting with all our audiences and us together and bringing this medicine or feeling the essence of this medicine. Would you be able to guide us through that quickly for a few minutes?
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Raji, I invite you and your listeners, whatever you're doing, your eyes can be open or closed. Just move your attention into your body and notice any sensations that are there in your body in this moment now. Whatever you're noticing, any sensations at all. Whether you like what you're noticing, whether it makes sense, whether it feels good or not, it doesn't matter. Just notice any sensations that are there in your body in this moment now. And whatever sensations you are noticing, simply acknowledge those sensations and allow them to be just as they are. Nothing to release or relax or let go of. No problem to solve just now. You're just checking in, noticing sensations that are there, acknowledging whatever you are noticing, and allowing it to be as it is. And notice how your body is responding to this quality of non-threatening, non-demanding attention from you. It might change in some way, or it might stay just the same. It really doesn't matter. Just notice how your body is responding to your attention. Whatever you're noticing about how your body's responding to your attention, just acknowledge it and let it be as it is in this moment now. And then if you would, move your attention to your abdomen and just allow your belly to soften without forcing, just in an easy, natural, comfortable way. Yeah, and then just breathe 2, maybe 3 times into that softened belly. As you do, just offering your breath as a gift that your body can take or leave. Just breathing in and out, easily, naturally, in comfortable ways for you. Yeah, and just notice how your body responds to the gift of your breath. It might change in some way, might stay just the same, it doesn't matter. Just notice how your body is responding to the gift of your breath. And with your next deep breath into your soft belly, I invite you to move your attention to the right side of your brain and allow yourself to become aware of something that feels good and is beneficial to you going forward in your life from this day on. Whether it's vivid or quite subtle, whether it makes sense or not. And if you're not sure that there is anything there, if there were something there, what might it be? And as you breathe with your attention in the right side of your brain, just allow yourself, without editing, to feel, see, sense, or imagine a symbol, an object, a place, something that feels good to your mind, body, spirit, and will help you going forward. Taking this medicine between me and Raji, our host, that we are pouring out to you, that you may receive it, be nourished, inspired, enlivened, and healed. And as you notice any details about what has come to mind for you, just immersing your attention in whatever you're noticing, its colors, shapes, textures, if it moves or makes a sound. Maybe it has a smell, odor, or aroma associated with it. And just allow yourself and give yourself permission to enjoy any good feelings you are noticing in your body. Even if it's just in one spot of your body, just notice any good or pleasant feelings activated in your biology as you immerse your attention in whatever came to mind for you. And if your eyes are closed, go ahead and just gently let them float open. And if they're open, just notice what feels different in your body, your energy, and your awareness, just having tapped into yourself in this brief and easy way.
What a beautiful gift. Thank you, Gina.
Oh,
Thank you.
my great pleasure.